A long, long time ago, in a far, far away place called Blackistan, there were wars, and these conflicts were called the Blackistan Wars. And throughout these wars, there arose a man of royal lineage, and his name was BenjaminDeSouza. He brought forth a sword that will shine light in darkness, free the captive minds, and bring truth and justice. His eyes glimmered like ember. His skin was like fine burnished steel, and as he walked, behind him he left a glistening wake. This is the story of BenjaminDeSouza, the Prince and the Warlord. Yo, what's happening? It's BenjaminDeSouza here, the Prince. And I want to speak about a meme that I seen today on social media. And it's a meme about Bobby Womack. I'm pretty sure some of you brothers may have seen this. And the meme goes, it kind of gives a detailed description of Bobby Womack's character. And now this is all alleged. I don't know the particulars. But it says that he wrote a song about cheating with the wife of his mentor, Sam Cooke. He then wore one of Sam Cooke's suits to Sam Cooke's funeral. 3 months after the funeral, he married Sam Cooke's widow. And then, during the course of the marriage, he ended up sleeping with Sam Cooke's daughter, his stepdaughter. Then it goes on to hashtag savage and hashtag a bunch of other derelict shit. Now, if what was said in that meme or what was wrote in that meme, if that is true, that is a tragedy. That is a cultural tragedy. And that speaks to the need for SYSBM. Now, like I said before, I'm not officially an SYSBM member, but I am an SYSBM affiliate, and I do agree with a lot of their ideals. But if what was wrote in that meme about Bobby Womack was true, it just speaks to the psychoses, the pathology of dating and mating within this current market, that being the domestic market. Now, this isn't a video to personally attack Bobby Womack for some things that he allegedly did back in the day, but it is an avatar, because there are plenty of Bobby Womacks diddy bopping about throughout the urban enclaves of the United States. You may be such a gentleman who subscribe to this sort of method of dating and mating, to where you just go about doing whatever you want, satiating whatever desire comes to mind, or titillates your loins. You do that irrespective of whom gets hurt, irrespective of personal friendships that you may destroy in the process, irrespective of the families that you will have a hand in destroying in the process. Irrespective of all that, you just go about doing what you want to do because the shit feels good. And I've spoken about this. I've spoken about what I like to call the sexual mirage. Made a video talking about the sexual mirage, where these women will use sexuality to manipulate and play on the ego of black men. And I would speculate that there are many of gentlemen who have taken the path similar to what Bobby Womack did in his dating and mating process. They've taken that same path, and they have yielded disastrous results. Because there's an old saying, you lose them how you get them, you know? So if you covet, and then this is why it speaks about in the Bible, thou shalt not covet a man's wife, his ass, his ox, his maidservant, etc., etc. Because when you covet another man's wife, you're solely judging that which you covet from an exterior perspective. You don't know the ins and outs of their relationship. You don't know the ins and outs of her idiosyncrasies and whatnot. You know, you just see something that you like. She is attractive to you. She turns your crank, and she may do some things in your presence for her husband or her boyfriend that you may like and desire in a woman. So you figure, oh, well, she, shorty, shorty look good, and, she acting right, she doing that. Man, what that nigga need with her, man? She need to get with a real nigga. You feel me? You may think that, brother, but you don't know exactly what type of man he is to, warrant that or elicit that sort of behavior from her. And she may just be putting on a front. She may just be putting on a good show, you know. So you never know the ins and outs of a person's relationship that they have with their spouse or their significant other. But you're just viewing it from an external and a carnal perspective. And just like a kid in a candy store or a kid in a toy store, everything that's shiny or every piece of candy that's sprinkled with some colorful sugar, you want to taste it, or you want to buy it, or you want to get it and play with it. But brother, like I said, and also that when you covet another man's wife, you have to fool yourself, you know, because you set another man's wife up as an idol, as a paragon of excellence within your own mind, not even knowing truly what's behind the curtain. You're just assuming, you know what I mean? And that leads into false worship, you know what I'm saying? That leads into idolization, you feel me? Because if you go through all of the trouble, all of the painstaking trouble to finesse a chick and steal her from her man, and then when you finally get her, and let's say, like I said before, you lose them the same way you get them. So when she then in turn loses you, you might in fact lose your mind over that, because you're like, man, I put this chick up on a pedestal. I pursued her for X amount of years. I destroyed a good friendship that I had with a close friend of mine. You know, I spent many years sideways flirting with this chick, winking at her, getting in her ear at the barbecue and shit, trying to dirty Mac on her and shit on the slide. I spent all that time trying to attain her. And then when I got her, she did the same shit to me that she did to my friend. Now I'm out of a bitch, and now I'm out of a good friend, because old boy was a good friend to me. And I stole his girl, destroying that relationship. And in the process, I destroyed our friendship. You know what I'm saying? It's like that Genuine song from the late 90s. What's so different? if you cheated on him, what makes you think that you're not gonna do that to me? You know? Because I don't, for the most part, if I have any knowledge of it, I don't mess with other dudes' girls, or other dudes' females, wives, girlfriends, or whatever. Because that's me essentially giving her a safe place to land. You know? If I make her think that, oh, if things don't work out with him, then she can easily just come to me, then she may not, how you say, well, she may begin to be derelict in her femininity. You know what I'm saying? Like all the things that she was doing before to keep and maintain the relationship with her man, if I come and tell her and make her an offer like, hey, look, you need to drop that zero and get with a hero, she may start to slip. You know, she may let her game slip. She may stop going to the gym, working out as often as she does. She may stop cooking as much as he would like, or cooking the type of meals that he would like. She may start giving him a little bit more back chat as usual. She may start back talking him and shit. She may start ramping up the sass and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've all experienced this. You know, we've all been in relationships with females where everything's cool, and then out of nowhere, the bitch just start picking arguments with you. You know, or she starts just being just nasty and mean out of nowhere for no apparent reason. And then when that relationship with said female inevitably disintegrates, come to find out, now she, a week later, you may run into her at the bar, or run into her at the mall or something, or run into her just in traffic or whatever, giggling it up with another dude. And you're like, oh shit, that's why. That's why she was giving me that funky ass attitude. That's why she was being such an insufferable bitch. She wasn't woman enough to say, hey, look, this isn't working out between us, I want to move on. So she started acting nasty and making the breakup nasty to where, you know, left me, the man, or left you, the man, no choice but to break up with her. Come to find out, she had a dick in the glass the whole time. She had a nigga on the bench the whole time. And she had to pull you out the game so she can put him in the game. You know what I mean? And I myself, I don't want to be a part of that dynamic. That is not a dynamic that I myself want to be a part of. You know, especially when kids are involved. When children are involved, man, you know. Because just to give some personal information about myself, I've said this on panels a couple times. I think I said it on Bernard Riley's panel just recently, and I've said this on in prior classics that I made. Once my baby mother got pregnant, she then felt that she had free reign to just do whatever the fuck she wanted to do, because I unwittingly had empowered her by giving her my seed. Now backed up by the state, who's gonna enforce her, or who's gonna enforce her bad behavior. Now she thinks she can do whatever she wants to do. So she got pregnant, cheated on me. I didn't know she was pregnant at the time. Cheated on me. I caught her cheating. She lied. No problem. C'est la vie. Bon voyage. Au revoir. Have a nice day. Kicked her to the curb. She told me she was pregnant. Came back. Made her take a pregnancy test. Turns out she was in fact pregnant, yes. So I got back with her to reconcile for the sole purpose of my child, you know. Was I upset that she cheated on me and she lied about cheating on me? Yeah, I was. But, you know, for the sake of my child, I was like, you know what? Bitch, I owe you one. That was some foul shit. It wasn't necessarily the cheating that I'm really upset about. It's the fact that you want to insult my intelligence and piss on my head and call it rain. So, bitch, I owe you one. You cheated on me, I'm gonna cheat on you. So just be prepared for that. You know what I mean? But after that, she didn't curb her behaviors. She acted even more incredulous and even more, disrespectful towards me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when you catch somebody stealing, and their defense mechanism to you catching them steal is to get an attitude with you. You know what I mean? It's like if you invite one of your homeboys over your house and y'all sitting up there playing 2K and you had to go to the restroom or something, and then you come back and then all of a sudden something's missing, and so you ask him like, hey bro, have you seen my such and such? And then he gets in his feelings, or he starts to get emotional and be like, what, you trying to say I stole it? Is that what you saying? You calling me a thief? No. What I'm saying is something was here, now it's not. I'm asking you, have you seen it? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. So that's how she was acting. But anyway, a month later, come home, well, go over to her place, because we had two separate places at the time. Go over to her place, and there's a semen stain on the sheets. A semen stain that I, in fact, did not make. So I said, oh shit, you know what? I see what's going on here. She's juggling 2 dicks, possibly 3. She got 2 in the possible. You know what I mean? So she probably don't even know who the father is. She was probably fucking me and him at the same time. But she wants to just hitch her wagon to me because I'm the best option. So I said, you know what? Let me get some space from this fuckery. Let me put some space in between myself and all of this fuckery, and then we'll see what turns out in the end. So I break up with her, stay separate from her. Baby gets here. Paternity test ensues. Turns out the child is mine. Come to find out, my daughter's what? 9 months old? Not even a year old at the time. She takes me to child support court. Come to find out, she's 4 months pregnant with another man's baby while she has me in child support court. Running me through the fucking meat grinder, right? No problem, you know. C'est la vie. It's like a song that Mac Drake once made. He said, Edgar went to my house, bumped my bitch, slept in my bed, and played with my kids. Ain't that a bitch? I ain't tripping, have fun. Just let me talk to my daughter and my son. Edgar said, Dre, they don't love you no more, and I don't really think you should be calling no more. Oh no, I'ma have to murder my dear wife. I'ma have to hurt her. It was a cold, gloomy day when I got parole. No, but no, that old Mac Dre album, man, Al Boo Boo, man, check that shit out. That shit slaps. But anyway, and ironically enough, that song's called Morals and Standards. So, well, I could put 2 and 2 together. That gentleman, in fact, whom she's pregnant by, was probably the guy whom made that semen stain, and whom dick she was juggling while she was trying to hold on to me. No problem, whatever. So she's pregnant with his son. Okay. So they're in a relationship. She drops his seed, and now he's playing stepdaddy to my daughter and playing daddy to his son and taking care of this ungrateful, uncouth bitch. Well, guess what happened with that relationship? You guessed it. It disintegrated. See, he coveted my baby mother because of the outward external affects or how you say, assets that she possessed. And he put her up on such a pedestal in his mind. He idolized her because of her body, her physical attractiveness, that he was willing to literally destroy the nuclear family structure of another black man. And in the process of doing so, he got her pregnant. So now he climbed into the bed. Now he climbed into that pit of vipers. So he's locked in, man. He's locked in with this bitch. And for what? And for what, I ask? Just so that you can have a baby mama in your proximity? That you can have, now you got an excuse to go see her because she has one of your children. So now you can have an excuse to, to get close to her, to gain some sexual access with her. Oh, really? Okay. And this is a story, man, that's told throughout many cities in the United States. I know my story isn't unique. And I know the story of Bobby Womack isn't unique at all. Unfortunately, it's more common than we would like to admit. But yeah, man. Don't be like Bobby Womack, okay? Gentlemen, have some scruples about yourself, man. Have some dignity. Have some pride, man. Get off of that, I'm king dingaling and my swag juice is over 9,000, so, I mean, if he can't keep his bitch, then I guess that's just on him. Oh, well, You gotta think, man. You gotta think. These things that you do, man, have a residual effect on not just your life, not just her life, but unfortunately on the lives of many innocent children. Because you see, what we have in Blackistan is, shout out to MOT, the huckster class, or as I like to call them, jive ass turkeys. Yeah, I'm bringing that shit back, man. All 2020, man. It's gonna be jive ass turkey this, jive ass turkey that. I'm gonna remind these boomers of the time period where they dropped the ball. I'm gonna remind you motherfuckers. You jive ass turkeys. But yeah. What we have is a huckster class, a finesse culture, if you will, that incubates this type of dysfunction. And it's on both sides. It's on the female side and it's on the male side. Because the female in this particular scenario, where when she's juggling multiple dicks and trying to juggle multiple baby daddies and whatnot, what she's trying to do is destabilize the power base of the man, or at the very least the strongest man that she's dealing with. The reason why you come across these baby mamas with multiple baby daddies, it's not because they were tricked and they were swindled, they were gamed. Their baby daddies had, their lips dripped with honey and their swag juice was just over 9,000. No, they intentionally chose to get inseminated and have children by multiple men. Therefore, they can destabilize whichever man is the strongest man out of the however many baby daddies she has. She can automatically off jump destabilize his power. Like, take my baby mother, for instance. If I tell her anything, or if I tell her to do anything, if I tell her to move here, if I tell her to move there, like, I got a lot of family in Chicago, right? I love Chicago. Chicago is my type of city, man. Southside, what's happening? Talking about red line from 68, 87 all the way down to 93rd Street, you feel me? I fucks with Chicago, man. I be in Chicago all the time. My type of city. But anyway, if I were to come to my baby mother and tell her, listen, I have a job in Chicago. I want you to relocate and move to Chicago because I'm moving to Chicago. So I want you and I want to be in close proximity to my daughter. Don't worry about don't worry about a place to stay. I'll cover that. I'll cover that. I'll pay all the expenses for you to have a place to stay. You have a specific skill or whatever that can translate from Kansas City to Chicago. So let's make that happen. What she can then do in turn, now that she has another child by another man, she can automatically say, well, no, I can't do that because, you know, little man's dad ain't gonna like that shit. You know, cause, you know, I gotta stay close to Kansas City because, you know, I want little man to be close to his daddy. You know what I mean? She divided the power base intentionally. She divided my power base and his power base, and that same goes for that gentleman. If he tries to pull rank or whatever, and tries to get her to move in a direction that he wants her to move, she can automatically, even if I don't even sign off on the shit. You know what I'm saying? She can say, well, Benjamin don't want that to happen because woo, woo, woo. And then when I come and try to pull rank, she can say, well, yeah, you know, such and such don't want that to happen because of woo, woo. So they're doing this intentionally. And it's a damn shame that we have grown-ass men who sell their masculinity at a bargain-based discount just for the access of some marginal, I'm not even gonna say marginal, but the access is marginal at best, but just for the access of some petty sex, man. Like, this is what we're on. This is what we're on. We're diverting all of our mental, social, and financial capital to wage war on other black men for the petty access to some petty sex. Really. And you see, within this huckster class, or this jive-ass turkey class of black people here in Blackistan, the gentlemen, they love to be the side nigga. They love to be the side dude. They love to be baby daddy number 2. You know what I'm saying? They love that shit. Because now they get sexual access and they get to split the male masculine responsibilities with another man. Or just completely obfuscate and push all the responsibilities off onto the other man. And they just come through and have sex. They just come through, reap all of the benefits of being in a long-term relationship with said female, while simultaneously not having to live up to husband or boyfriend standards, not having to perform any of those duties. It's the perfect crime. It's the perfect crime. You mean to tell me I can massage and finesse a situation in such a way that I can come through and have sexual access to a particular female from time to time, while I don't have to take her out on dates, I don't have to pay any of her bills, I don't have to do the day-to-day interactions with her, baby, how was your day, and listen to all her incessant dribblings about a bitch at work she don't like. I don't have to do none of the boyfriend shit. None of the husband shit. I don't have to come through, and if she gets a flat tire, I don't have to change her tire. I don't have to change her oil. I don't have to come through and tighten up the fucking pipes beneath the sink in the kitchen and shit. I don't have to do none of that shit. All I do is come through and drop dick. That's it. That other nigga though, oh yeah, he gotta do all that shit. You done sold your masculinity. That's the price for your masculinity, huh? Okay. Because as it pertains to me, I'm of the mind, and I was of the mind, and I still am of the mind, as it pertains to my personal situation. Oh no, nigga, you broke it, you buy. You break, you buy. That's yours, nigga. You bought it. You bought that. That's all yours, sir. Congratulations. You bought a, you know, I'm not even gonna go into all that, but you broke my family up. Now you have to buy it. You gotta buy that shit, man. Because I speculate that this gentleman was in the side nigga role. And as we know, if you've ever been a side nigga, I'm not... Listen, when I was young, when I was a kid, I did what children do. But then as I got older, I put away childish things. Being a side nigga is a childish thing. So, you know, I'm guilty of it as well, to some capacity. But I speculate what this gentleman was doing was, as him being a side nigga, she was giving him all the information on me. Because they're creeping together, right? I'm the official boyfriend. I'm on the outs, so I don't know what's going on. But she's talking to him on the phone or texting him on the slide like, yeah, he about to go to work, or yeah, he about to leave, he got to go to class, and woo, woo, woo. So I speculate that he was thinking in his mind, okay, cool. I'm going to keep her over there. I'm a dirty Mac on old boy and tell her how much of a fuck nigga he is and how much of a real nigga I am. I'm going to let him do all the heavy lifting, do all the boyfriend shit. Whole time I'm just coming through just to drop some dick off from time to time. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before in the prior classic, Sexual Mirage, a lot of these chicks, they're not completely enamored with how you say your dick game per se, but it's the dick that you give them, giving the circumstances. It's a lot more exciting when you're creeping around like on some Mission Impossible dun, 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 type of shit, and y'all having sex behind somebody else's back. So you guys are confederate in this whole cabal of gutter hood rat sex. You know what I mean? oh my God, you two are confederate in finessing this guy over here who wants to be upright, who wants to do the right thing. So it's the excitement of that. You know what I mean? But, so, I speculate that he was thinking, I'm just going to be the outside guy, Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and knock her up because, I do want to keep her around for a long period of time. But, this guy, he's such a sucker that he'll do all the heavy lifting. And if I knock her up and give her a baby, then, I will have an excuse to have access to her. So that Mark, that sucker over there, Benjamin, he's going to just do the good old upright thing and do all the boyfriend and all the husband duties while I just come through and drop the dick off. No sir. No sir. No sir. You break, you buy. That's yours, nigga. You bought it. You bought it. I'm not gonna allow her to be able to vacillate in between you and I. It's not gonna happen. Once that union was severed, once that tie was broken, nigga, it's all business now. Strictly business. All financial transactions center around the betterment of my daughter and my daughter alone. There is no more sexual interaction between me and her. So if she's sexually frustrated and she wants some penis and she's acting out because she wants some penis, she's not going to get any penis from me, sir. You know what I mean? You're going to have to fill in that gap. So yeah, you have to be the Monday through Sunday guy. You're not gonna be the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday guy while I be the fucking Monday through Thursday guy. No sir. No sir. That's not how that works. You break, you buy. But yeah, we got a huckster class, a jive turkey class, or a jive ass turkey class amongst us. And these guys need to be shamed. They need to be called out. I mean, am I my brother's keeper? Am I my brother's keeper? And these off-brand B1 motherfuckers sitting up here talking about a community, a communita. And they refuse to call out these jive-ass turkeys and these punk rock-ass bitches. But they talking about a community or a communita. Yeah, all right. Well, you let me know when you build that motherfucker, man. You let me know. But anyway, that's all I got. Get up on that.